Hey guys, Cara here. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick update and show you guys some of the information of tracking resistance that we've been doing. And so a lot of the resistance I've talked about up to this point has been talking about pathogens that are important to humans, and that is important, and we are looking at those things, but we are also, as veterinarians, it's important to understand resistance for pathogens that are specific to pigs. So I want to know if I use chlorotetracycline on this pathogen in 2017, is that likely to work still in 2020 when we've been using tetracyclines during that time period? And so this is looking at resistance to swine-specific pathogens. So not human pathogens, swine-specific. So basically what we did in these graphs behind me is we've taken any time a veterinarian who works for Pipestone has turned in any sort of bacterial isolate to a D-lab and had a susceptibility profile run on it, we basically gave that individual isolate an index. So 1 would be it's highly resistant, 0 would be it doesn't carry resistance genes, most antibiotics would work on it. And then we've just tracked that for years and years and years and years. So this graph goes all the way back to 2003, from 2003 to 2020, and it's just looking at that. I mean, this is an aggregate, right? So this is diarrhea pathogens, this is pneumonia pathogens, this is basically any pathogen you can isolate out of a pig. It's all together. And so there is some more information we can pull out about individual pathogens, but as a whole, looking at all the Pipestone veterinarians and all the cases that we've turned in, this is the trend line that we see. And so what you can see is that really there's nothing major, right? It's not like this trend is really steep towards resistance, and it's also not like that trend line is moving down towards less resistance. And so it's really been a pretty steady trend line. So this has been looking at 4,844 isolates over the past couple years, again back to 2003. This bottom graph kind of really shows this red trend really, really nicely. These blue bars are just the number of cases that we looked at during those years. And so you can just see this goes all the way to 2020. It's been pretty steady with a resistance index of somewhere between 0.3 and 0.6, somewhere in that range. And so basically the takeaway for us as veterinarians is that we have been using antimicrobials over this time, and it does not appear that we are driving resistance as an aggregate. So looking at all the vets, all of the isolates, there's not a major trend towards resistance despite continued use of antibiotics. So like I said, there's a lot of information we can pull out of this on individual isolates, and hopefully that's stuff that I can share with you in the future, but just wanted to give you guys a quick update from our perspective, just looking at swine-specific pathogens. So make sure you subscribe so you can catch all the videos. Thanks, guys.